Hi, this is Linda from Casey Creations by Linda. I'm doing a tutorial today for Digi and SVG Designs for You. This is her latest folio. I designed all the interactive pieces and she made the papers to fit, and she did a spectacular job on it. So I want to go through everything we're going to do here. The little flowers actually come out of the little basket like so. You have a little secret journaling spot on the back if you want it. And one goes behind the handle, one goes in front. It kind of overlaps there if you can see that. It says Hello Fall. We open it up. Got a big envelope here that is removable from the belly band. And it's full of cards. And we'll go through all those in the journal. Excuse me, in the folio as we make them. Then here we've got little buttons. These do come in the kit, and I've just put some little orange brads in the center to hold them on. This opens up, and then you've got this big pocket here that opens up. Cards for in here. Scoot it up a little bit. Flips down. We have a little side flip here. Little card there. Opens up. We've got a belly band with another card. We've got a pocket with a card here. In this part, we've got another flip, like so. For these two cards, open it up. Belly band, two more cards. Pocket, two more cards. This thing is loaded. And we've got two big pull-out cards. Get my fingers in there. For here. So we've got a ton just in this one tiny little guide. And we're going to go through making it step by step. There's the back, another pocket, two more cards. Tons of stuff in this kit. It was a dream to play with. Here's our envelope. All the pieces that go with it. The little tag, when you put it on here, actually finishes out the flower. So our little pockets with our buttons. This is our little flip on the bottom. There's our side flip pocket. We've got some big tabs. Ephemera, that was a big card that flipped down. Pockets. Here's the front. All our little fussy cuts that go in the little tabs here in our basket. Some cards. And this kit is called Autumn Flowers Interactive Folio. Some more beautiful big ticket. Some more cards. Another belly band. More cards. Tabs. Different sizes. And this is all the backing paper you get to choose from. The colors are just gorgeous. I love the earthy tones anyway. And here is, it's kind of a watermarked. It's beautiful. Some polka dots. Some plaids. Some leaves. There's some grid paper. Faintly behind it you can see flowers and leaves. And then some orange paper. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get everything prepped so that you don't have to watch me cut and glue and all the boring stuff. And I'll get it all ready and we will do our actual tutorial. And we're going to have some fun. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got all my pieces cut, backed, and inked. Got all my scoring done. I just want to take you through this. Not only do you get to see me do it, also in the kit, she has got 7 pages of very detailed instructions, step by step. which ones to back on the other side. And on the sheets that all of the elements are on, when you print them out, there's even a little saying that says print reverse side on paper with leaves. And she gives you a little square there to print on the back. For example, our folder in here, like so. I printed on the inside. It's not backed. I just put it back in the printer and printed the plaid on that side of it, because we want both sides to look good. If you want it super heavy, then glue it down instead of printing on it. And that's up to you. You can print on the back of all of your ephemera pieces, all your cards, whatever you would like. But I do back mine because I like them very sturdy. And it does make it a little bit chunkier, so that's totally up to you. But I just wanted to know that there is also 7 pages of very detailed instructions on this. And this is what I was talking about on the pages. See right here, she shows a little square there with the gingham to back this on, which I have done here. And as you can see, I have inked all around the edges. So what we're going to do first is we're going to build our front. All the little moving pieces like so. I've got my little guy all cut out. And what's cute about this, they're not glued down, so you could do a little secret journaling on the back and nobody would ever know it's there. And I love the way that it hangs over the basket. I think that is very cute. So first of all, we're going to glue down our basket. Now, we're not going to glue down our handle. We're just going to glue the sides and the bottom. And you can use your favorite glue, whatever you would like. That's all we're gluing right there. Just get it centered, make sure I'm opening the right way. Big fighter plane, can you hear it? Always, when I do a video. They always fly over. Okay, we'll let this little guy dry. And our first little piece that I fussy cut out, on the paper that this is printed on, she gives you a dimension. She draws black lines out here, and you'll see it when you get your kit. But they measure about 7/8. You could even do only 3/4, but that's all the glue that we're going to put down here. And if you will see, the image here, it matches the image there. So we're going to match it up like that. So I'm just going to put, just guesstimate. I've done this so long I can pretty much get close. And you don't want to glue too much down because then the little bottom wouldn't be free to hang out. And let's see, where were we? There we are, just like so. If you'll see, only all of that's left open there. And that's for it to fit down in our little basket. I'll let him dry for a minute. Get our second piece, and he does the same. Lines up like so in the image. Same amount we're going to glue. And I'm probably doing about 3/4 of an inch. You can do a little more, whatever you like. Just make sure that it's free at the bottom. Line tap, press it down. Make sure there's no glue sticking out. And there. This little guy goes behind, like this. And this one goes, raise him up a little bit. He goes in front and kind of push him down so that your little leaves are over the basket. And then, as you see here, on this one, we've got our Hello Fall. I'm going to remove him for a second. And you can place them wherever you like, whatever your preference is. I just want him kind of over at the side with a tiny little bit border around him. Put a little piece back in. And there's our front. Now we're going to move on to the envelope. This little guy fits in here. Once I get him unwrapped, there we go. We're going to add our belly band. Now we do have 3, so make sure you get the big one. And we're going to put him just like so. So we just want to put glue on the edges there. Just a thin line, because we want a lot of space for our envelope to move up and down. And we'll just kind of guess at it like that. Just stay away from your fold line. If you can see, here's my fold right there. So I've got probably an 1/8 of an inch gap there. You can line this side up all the way to the edge if you want. And we'll let him dry while we're making our envelope. Here's the envelope we're going to make, like so. So here he is. This little string just wants to stay in the picture. There. So I've inked all around the edges. I scored my tabs on each side, fold them under, score here and here. That's the flap. So we're going to put, I want to cut that little tab off just a little bit. I didn't get it close enough because I don't want it bending. And when you do your tabs, anytime you cut a tabs, cut them in an angle. That way when they're folding, if it was straight, it could possibly stick out on your edge. But if it's angled like this, when you fold it under, it's underneath there and you'll never see it. So let's put some glue. I hope I'm in camera here. Fold them over. Make sure you're lining up on your edges, on the sides. Now this is a removable envelope. It's not going to get glued down. So now we have our little flap, and we've got our little pieces here. And this little guy is part of this flower. As you can see, if we put him right there, he's going to line up perfectly. So just a little bit of glue on the edges. Get him lined up again. You can see the little stems, get all those lined up, and he will be straight. This little guy's going to go here, so that when we glue him down, he's going to tuck right under there and hold our envelope closed. So what I usually do, flip him on the wrong side. You can make a little pencil mark, if I can find my pencil. Here we go. And I don't go clear to the edge. I'm going to move in about 1/4 of an inch. That way it just gives it a little bit more give. Then I'm going to glue from that line to the end, this end here. Stick him under there. Get him lined up. Make sure he's spaced evenly on top and bottom. Don't want him too far in there, so get just a tiny little bit there. And there he goes. Perfect. And we have some ephemera for him. And I added extra in here. We've got all of these pieces. I added one more. Oh, I remember where I put it. We've got all those that are going to go in our envelope. Oops. Duh, Linda. Let's see, which ones do we get? Let's pick them out here. Got a big stack. We've got our little butterflies. This one. We've got this pretty one here. I know he's in here somewhere. There he is. And we have this big one here, which is this one. Get all those in there. So we are good to go. What did I do with my little thing? There it is. I have so much on my desk, and he slides very easily right in there. Now let's make this little guy. We're going to make it, and then we're going to glue it down to our folder. So first of all, we're going to take my little string here that annoys me. We're going to make all of these flips. Like so. And I've got that piece right here. And we're going to take and glue. Let me take these out so you can see. See this here? This is what we've got here. And here's our little top. Glue it down. This will be glued down, the back of this. So you will not be able to see the back. So don't worry about, oh my gosh, it's all right. Get him lined up. Put him right up to the fold, but not on it. Kind of give it a gentle bend. Make sure you're lined up. You need to pull him just this way, just a tad. There we go. Give him a press. And that is our fold here, and this piece here. Now we need to put our little buttons on. And what I do is I always back them, because when you wind the string around, sometimes they'll get bent. I don't like that. So I just take a scrap of craft paper. Get my little, I believe that is, I think it's that one. I punched two more. Get some brads out. I've got tons here. Let's get some orange ones. I did with my tweezers, which are usually right there, but now they're not. I have no idea. Okay, let's see if we can just pick them out of here. I should have done this earlier. It was on my to-do list, but ta-da, I forgot. And another orange one that matches. Do you match? Nope. Just use these two then. This is why I like my tweezers. These little things are hard to pick up when there's so many in there for my old fingers. Here, those two match. So let's get our little things glued down, our little buttons. Just kind of gently give it a mash. Then just keep making little circles and that will line it up perfectly. It's going to be a little difficult to push my holes because my glue's red, but we're going to give it a try. It's going to get bendy, but we can straighten it out. I'm just going to put my pokey tool right in the center. I always use me as a brace. You can do it like so also. Now that I've got my hole, I'll line it up in the center there. Get my pencil. Make a little dot in there. I can see him. Poke another hole. Stick our little thread through. Take my scissors, make sure he's pushed down good. Then she gives us this little butterfly right here. You can see that. To cover it up, now we need to put our bottom one on. So we just kind of eyeball it here. That looks pretty good. Poke another hole. I'm sorry, my hands move differently than yours because my thumb has a metal pin in it so it doesn't bend, so that's why I'm always flipping and flopping things around. Not much I can do about it. Turn right. Now because this is going to be a pocket, when I put my card in here, I don't want it hanging up on this. So a little trick is just to take a piece of tape, just regular old Scotch tape, just cover him up. That way he won't hang on our card. So this is the part we've got now. This little flap and this little flap. So this piece here, which is this card, we're going to glue down right here. Get him lined up. And all we're going to glue is the sides, the bottom, and the side. We're leaving the top open. So I'm going to put glue on this piece. In line. And you really don't have to put the glue at the bottom because nothing can get through there, but I just feel better if it's sealed up, nothing is going to fall out. And you can turn him any which way you like. You can have this little spray of twigs and leaves, or you can turn this way and have the beautiful leaves kind of falling down, whichever you would like. We're going to lay them down, get them lined up with this bottom piece here. Give it a press. And there it is. All our glue off. Okay, get him down. Now, let's put our little pocket, like so. Also, what's really easy in this kit is that if you've got some circle punches, this is an 1.5 inch circle punch. Most of the other ones are 3/4, so you don't have to do all of the cutting with the scissors if that's not your thing. So we're going to glue this little guy down right there. I'm going to put glue on the sides here, just a thin line, sides and bottom. Stay away from your fold. You can see the bump where your fold is. Get them lined up, get them centered. Give it a test, make sure that it folds. It's not binding up there. And there's that part. Now let's do these little guys back in here. Let's do a little flip here. This is our little pocket and our flip all in one. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue, it's going to go like so. We're going to glue the side, the bottom, and the side. It's going to go on, and when we put it down on our piece, we're going to put it right up to the edge, just like so, and get them centered top to bottom. I have made the full Autumn Whispers journal, the interactive belly band, the interactive loaded folder, and now this. So with this kit, there are so many elements that you have. Really makes it easy and very interesting. It's just not your normal pockets and everything. You've got some interactive pieces. Make sure to check the front, excuse me, the front side. Make sure he's not hanging over. Just like that. Super easy. Now on our front we have a little pocket here. My voice doesn't want to keep going. That journal kit, the Autumn Whispers, is absolutely gorgeous. If you've seen that on my YouTube channel, it was also in my Etsy store. I think it lasted 20 minutes before somebody bought it. It was gorgeous. All the elements that were in it. And we've got that. We've got our little card here. And let's go through here and find my little autumn card. Here he is, all inked up and ready to go. Slide him in there. And let's open him up. We've got our belly band that we're going to do right here. It's just like so. So we're just going to put ink on the end. Excuse me, ink. We're going to put glue on the ends. And like I said, I do ink on mine. I use Vintage Photo. That's my go-to. I rarely use anything else because it blends. It just kind of finishes off the paper. No white edges. I do not like white showing anywhere. Get them glued on like that. And find our little card that goes in there. Now normally I would let this dry before I added a card, but we're going to cross our fingers. I don't glue him down. He goes just like so. Then we have this little guy right here. I've inked him up already. He slides in here. So we have that element all done. And on the front, what did we put? We put these cards. We've got our circle and these two. Here's our circle. You see how the little leaf just barely hangs off? That's so cute. Just adds that little extra touch to it. Find my other cards. Get this little guy. And this one. So you can see where loaded comes from. There is a ton of stuff in here. There we go. Now we have this little flap to do. Put this down. Here he is. I have scored and inked everything, backed him with the paper. And he's going to fit right under there, like so. So we're just going to put ink on the inside of the flap. Stay away from your fold line, about 1/8 of an inch. And we'll just get them centered best we can here. Just eyeballing it. Give it a light press, then fold them over. And that will allow him to scoot a little bit. Push him up there. There you go, just like that. On this side we have our band. Goes here. Side to bottom side. Just going to go right up against the edge. Make sure we get him lined up there. I hope that I've cut him straight. So far, so good. Flip him over, make sure nothing's hanging over. Nope. Just a little bit. And this happens every once in a while. You might not cut it absolutely perfect, which I didn't. As you can see, this little tiny bit. Just take your knife, it's not a big deal at all. And just cut it off. Get it inked up, no white showing, not allowed. And we've got these two little cards. And we've got our little tabs to put on them. What I do when I cut my tabs, let's see, let me show you this one here. This is one I didn't use. Cut it all out and then fold it. And then you have, let me show you. Just makes it a little bit easier than to sit and cut out all this white right here. Because I would never be able to get that perfect. Then I just take it and I fold it over. Make sure that you're even, best you can be. Just give them a press. Then I take and I'm cutting out both at the same time. And hopefully I folded it straight. If not, we'll just clean it up a little bit. See here, got a little bit there, so we'll just trim that off. But it still works better than cutting it out when it's open like this. And cutting, you know, cutting out like this. Just fold it over and then they'll match, hopefully. If you fold it straight. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Got that one good. And just ink it up and then they meet perfectly. So, just a little tip. So we've got our little things here. Little tabs. And I'm just going to glue the bottom there where it comes up to here. And you can put them in the center, you can put one up, one down, does not matter whatsoever. Lining up here on the grid and kind of get them as centered as I can. Just kind of eyeballing it. Scoot him up. And we'll put glue all over this one. There's one. Do the same to this one. Make sure the ends aren't hanging over. And there's our little cards. Ours go right in here. Just like so. Now we're going to swing him open. We're going to put this belly band on. Again, we're just going to glue on the edges. Just a thin line. Get them lined up. Line up your outside. That way it will keep, she's matched this perfectly, cut it perfectly for us so that it comes away from our fold line, because if we glued it right up to the edge, there would be a big bulky spot here and it wouldn't fold nice. Make sure it's not hanging over. Nope, he's good. And find our cards here. Got this little guy and this little guy. I'm just going to slide down in there. Normally, as I said, see how I popped him up? You would want to wait till your glue was nice and dry. I love this image. It's a beautiful old jar with a cork in it with some autumn foliage inside. Okay, now we got our cards that we need to put in here. These two. Want to make sure he goes down far enough that he's not touching the fold there. It would go like that. Get some string. This is pearl cotton. I think it's number 8. And I always tie my top first, because when it wraps around, if you do it twice, or any even number, you'll always come back to where you start, and that way the little tab is, or the little string, the end of it, is hanging down and not hanging off the bottom of your card. That's just my preference. It's whatever you would like. And I usually tie it twice. And the first time you tie it, it's a little tricky sometimes because he's new under there and he's nice and tight. Get my really pointy scissors here. And we're going to wrap him. So he's coming off to the left, so I'm going to go to the right. Back around. Up there. Just tie a knot in the end so he doesn't unravel. There he is. And I should have flipped my little guy in there. He would work either way, but he's supposed to live in here. Like so. Now when we glue him down, we have a pocket here. Remember our little hole there? So we're only going to glue the top, this side where the fold is, and the bottom, and leave the rest open. Now if it makes it easier for you, you can take all the ephemera out. That's up to you. Because he's a little chunky. Sure I haven't missed any spots. Looks pretty good. Get him centered. I'm going to move him away from the fold. Try to keep the same amount on each side of the back and the top and the bottom. Give him a press. Finger under there, push him down. And like I said, if you want to take the ephemera out, it would probably be easier. But I think we got it. Hopefully. Let's double check. Give him an extra press. See, there's our little pocket that we have there. So we have these cards, and I have staggered the tabs, as you can see, so when they lay on top of each other, you kind of get a glimpse of both. So we got this little guy and this little guy. We're going to do him the same way. Get him lined up. move it way up there. There's one. And our other one. One up, one down. And the bottom, just above the curve. And you can put yours wherever you would like. Doesn't matter, it's just preference. Whatever you want to do with yours. Just make sure they're all the way to the edge. Over, give him a press. It's going to stick right in there. You can push them in as far as you would like. I would push them in as far as they would go so that it doesn't stick out too much. Just like that. Put them back up. Now we have our back. Put these back in here. I'll show you where we're at on the finished one. This is what we're doing now. So here's our pocket. And as you can see, it matches. The paper is the same. Just the sides and bottom. Get it lined up. Sure I don't have any glue in there. Wipe it off. Close it up. Make sure nothing's hanging off. Oh, we're good. Now we have our little fall in love. Get him centered. And we've got these cards. And like I said, I would not be doing what I'm doing. Don't put your cards in there until your glue dries. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We do have two gentlemen that I know of that watch the tutorials. And they are welcome. So, but I'm always saying ladies, so I hope they don't get insulted. Here we go. Tie this little guy back up. Put our little envelope back in there. And there we have it. Okay, ladies, we got it done. And gentlemen, here's our little guys. They're all done. They are identical. I hope you've enjoyed it. They were very easy to do. Just takes a little bit. Pick up your kit at Digital and SVG Designs for you and have some fun. You can always contact me on Etsy at Casey Creations by Linda. I'll answer any of your questions that you don't understand or just a general question. Until next time, stay crafty. Bye-bye.